Up next is another treat, and his name is Peter Vilardi. Put your hands together.
Hey, let's talk about inbreeding. Now let's talk about inbreeding. Jesus Christ. Okay. I gotta collect myself. All right. Okay, so inbreeding. Let's talk about it. Many of you are familiar with the folklore and the legends associated with the Athens Lunatic Asylum, now commonly known as the Ridges. One thing that I didn't know until just recently, however, is that what they decided to do with the patients after the original asylum closed. Like the conversation was like, we could just let them, we could transfer them to another hospital somewhere. Yeah, let's just let them out into the town. What could happen? Lots could happen, and lots did. The way I like to imagine it is, they were just let into the town, going about their business, and then you're reproducing, and brothers and sisters are fucking, and having kids who also then fuck, and then it goes on and on down the line until the present day. Now, that's not actually what happened, but I started to think about that, and it really disturbed me. Like, how fucked up would that be? Just like two siblings whose parents are already siblings having a child. Can you imagine how difficult that would be? How weird? At that point, you don't even need to have the kid. Like, it just slides out at some point. Or you've got a third arm coming out of your belly button, reaching in and pulling the kid out of your forked vagina or whatever. It's like, oh, the little boy from Pan's Labyrinth. Actually, now that I think about it, what if the baby just turned out normal? What if the genetics just worked its magic, all the codons reversed themselves, and everything was totally fine? So next time you see a totally normal-looking person on the street, just know that both their parents and their grandparents were siblings who fucked. I just want you to be aware of that. This is a dark set. We're going to get through it, you and I. I have depression. Can't you tell? The other day, I was taking a depression test online to see if I have depression, and then halfway through the test, I was like, happy people don't do this, do they? But I had to finish the test. It was like a 100-question multiple-choice test, and I would feel cheated if I didn't finish it. Plus, I need to know, what kind of depression I have, etc. So I finished the 100-question test, and I clicked Get My Results. And it took me to a page where I could purchase the results of my depression test for $10. Are you goddamn kidding me? You just made me take a 100-question test to confirm what I already know. I just want to know how badly I want to kill myself, okay? And you're not letting me do that. You're making me give you my money. That's goddamn depressing right there, let me tell you. I've been taking medication lately, trying to get through it, and it's been better, I think. I've been able to kind of step back from my depression and really analyze it, see it for what it looks so weird when I gesture with the eyes on my hands. It was a very quick thinking bit that, it's worth it, I think. I think it's worth it. I don't know, but I've been stepping back, and I've been thinking about my depression, and I think it really manifests itself as a kind of sadness Tourette's. I'll just be, talking with somebody. Yeah, no, spring break was great. I went to New Orleans with my best friend. That was a lot of fun. I didn't see my family a lot, though. I hate myself! Like that. But I don't know. The medication has helped me really, step back from that and analyze it a little better. And honestly, I've come to realize, life is worth living, despite all the, struggles and suffering that goes into life is shit! Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. I still got work to do. What's the next joke? Fuck all. I'm gonna change tack a little bit, and I wanna ask somebody something from the crowd. Evan Swingle, let's go with you. Now here's the thing, you're the person. What is the whitest thing you have ever said? I ask because I guarantee I can top it. What is the whitest thing you have ever said? My eyeball wants to know. What is the whitest thing?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Something about a tractor at some point, I imagine.
That's fair. That is quite white. The whitest thing I ever said, I was standing in front of my refrigerator. The refrigerator was open. I was by myself in the room, just with my refrigerator open. And out loud to myself, I said, I could really go for a Shirley Temple right now. I can feel the hate rising to the surface. And you know what? You're not wrong. Embrace it. Yeah, it was a very, very white thing. I invented a new genre of music recently. It's called dad step. It's just classic rock that's disappointed in you. That's pretty much it. It's not that sad. There's like Lynyrd Skynyrd and shit. I don't know. It's just Lynyrd Skynyrd's like, you suck to Freebird or something. You'll never live up to my expectations. I don't know. Last joke. It's gonna get a little grim, but I think we're there. I have eyeballs in my hands, and you've seen them, and they've seen you. We're gonna do this together. I saw a news story in the Athens News recently, and it freaked me out. It was a nightmare. So there was this guy. He made a donation to a local church. Like he left a box at where you leave donations, and among all the food and clothes, presumably was 2 USB drives. And they were like, "Oh, I wonder what's on these." So they plugged them in. Oh, child porn! Isn't that interesting? So that's fucking freaky. So they got the sheriff involved, and the sheriff got a warrant to raid his house. So they got in, and they found just so much goddamn child porn all over this guy's computer. And that's a nightmare. They took him away to jail, as they rightfully should have. You should never have child porn. A couple of questions arose with this story. First of all, why does everyone who gets busted for child porn have so much goddamn child porn? Like, it's already an offense to have a little bit. Like, you're just not doing yourself a favor by getting as much as you can. Like, what is it about being into child porn that also makes you a hoarder? Second of all, why would you download porn? I mean, seriously, like that's not safe. Here's how you watch porn. Okay, you go. For those of you who don't know, you go on Google. It's much funnier with the eyeballs. I know. You go on Google Chrome. You go on porn mode. Excuse me, incognito mode. The guy. Oh, look, the icon guy has a trench coat. He's there for the same reason we are. So you go to whatever porn site is your thing. You sit on your hand for a little bit and then start playing with yourself so it feels like it's really Kevin Spacey doing it. You finish it up, do what you need to do, clean up. Nowhere in that transaction is downloading anything involved. Like it's like you want your computer to get an STI at that point. Safe cybersex, people. That's what I'm preaching here. Safe cybersex. Understand here. Okay, and my last problem with that is, what if the guy was just making an honest donation to the church? Because I know it's heavy, it's really heavy, but like Mill's principle, okay? The lesser of two evils here. If I would rather give a priest child porn than have him fuck a tangible child, and that's depressing. That's the reality of it, but that is very true. We went to some dark places, and I appreciate you letting me try shit. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. Feel free to talk to me after the show. I got my eyes on you guys. You guys are great. Thank you so much.